cleared the air. We had to get them out of there because that's where you could bomb the Japanese from with B-29s. And then went to Iwo as a tank commander. How old were you, Jerry? 17 years old. And how many guys do you have in your tank? 4 or 5? How many? Two? The tank commander and the gunner?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. How many we had in the tank? I said how many tanks we had? Oh, man.
How many in the tank?
We had 5.
5.
Yeah, we had 3 tanks just like.
Yeah. So let's hear, well, Jerry and Ed are the babies of the World War II Marines. They're only 91. Which one are you, 95 now? 93. So let's hear about Jerry Ingram.
Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know he holds the future, and life is worth living just because he lives. When I went in the Marines, and they taught me I'd never give up, and God's never given up on me, so I walked far away from him, but he's there, and brought me back to him many, many years ago, thank God. That was 1942, I went in November 9th, 1942. You know, I was 15 at the time, and I was about 6 feet and a couple hundred pounds in, and so there's no other service. You know, they're esprit de corps of the Marines and the traditions and the history, and they've proven themselves over and over in the years. We have a strong motto, you know, can do, make do, but we will do. You know, that's all. I went to boot camp at San Diego, California. And we were in tents the entire time we were there. And after I came out of boot camp, I wanted to be a raider, and a Marine Raider, which was the elite group at that time. I went to the Raider camp at Jack's Farm, but they changed it the day I went. They changed it to a tank camp, so I volunteered as a tanker. I became a driving instructor. Went to Jack's Farm, and a driving instructor in the Marines at 15 in the tanks. But the tanks, my particular company went in. We had the first Sherman tanks, which were medium tanks that the Marine Corps used. And I was in C Company, 4th Tank Battalion, 4th Marine Division, which was attached to the 23rd Marine Regiment.
In the Central Pacific, the Marshall Islands constituted a block in the path of the U.S. drive westward. If that drive was to be successful, several strategically located islands in that group must be seized. At Kwajalein, the world's largest coral atoll, the main objectives were 3 small islands. Roy and Namur, linked by an artificial causeway, were to be seized by the 4th Marine Division.
We went direct from San Diego into combat at Roy and Namur in the Kwajalein Atoll. We wouldn't know it until we were aboard the ship on the way, and then they'd tell us. And they would end with a prayer, you know. But we would not be, told at all the name of the island and where we were at until we got there. I was a tank commander in combat at 16 on Roy and Namur. Then our tanks went across the island, and they didn't think we could move that fast. And we got shelled by naval gunfire then because they thought we were enemy tanks. So because of that, we painted, the next battle we went into in Saipan, they painted yellow on the top of them and numbers like the police cars have. They just believed the devil out of us, and with gunfire because it was X marked the spot. So We quickly stopped that after that battle. We were infantry tanks, so we went in usually about the second or third wave. Yeah, we were always at the forefront. And we, because we were infantry tanks, why we were in the front, why we had to watch the Japanese would, at that time they had shape charges. They'd run up and slap that shape charge on the side of the tank. Well, because of that, then we put steel I-beams out and then put 2x12 boards over them. So then the shape charge would hit that board. Well, it would make it look terrible, but it wouldn't. It'd rattle our cage inside the tank, but it wouldn't. It wouldn't blow a hole in the tank. And nothing more interesting than to look out your periscope and see Japanese eyes looking at you. So as a result, we would have a tank behind that would cover us with machine gun fire, which didn't affect the tanks. But it's incredibly hot and sweaty in the tanks, and there weren't any air conditioners or anything there. It was just a confined space of hell. That's as close to hell as I want to come. I've seen a tank commander that they disabled his tank when he was getting out. Well, we were always instructed not to climb out the top, because you're under fire, but there's an escape hatch down the bottom of the tank where you could crawl out from under it. And he got chopped in two with machine gun bullets. There's nothing pleasant about war. We did a lot of combat. I saw a lot of brave men, a lot of foolish men, a lot of courageous men, that went on to their maker. Final landing was at Iwo Jima. That was the 19th of February 1945 to the 26th of March 1945. They thought that we'd probably have about 3,000 casualties, and that'd be it. They had no idea at all how it was interlaced with caves, and there were 25,851 U.S. casualties. 6,821 were killed in action. 27 medals of honor were earned by our heroes at that time. At Iwo Jima, the only time I cried was when we finished and I could see all those crosses, all those graves, all those brave young souls gone, and we said goodbye to our friends. So we must never forget, that America is free only because of the heroes that have given their lives for our country. That's one reason I have an annual Iwo Jima ceremony at Leavenworth National Cemetery, where a group of us bought a monument back before they had any monuments for World War II. I went to North China with the 1st Marine Division. I was in C Company, 1st Tank Battalion, 1st Marine Division up there. And then as a tank platoon sergeant, I upgraded a little bit. My time overseas in combat in World War II was probably 3 to 3.5 years, yes. And we didn't have the 6 months that they have now. They come back in. We went over. We were over there till the war was over. It was in August of 1946, when I came back. They discharged us very rapidly at that time. And I realized I only had 2 years of high school, and I needed to get more schooling. So very quickly learned that in the Marine Corps. So as a result, then I went back to accelerated high school veterans courses they had at junior college in Kansas City, Kansas. And then I graduated from there with an associate's degree. And then I went to KU and got a bachelor's degree. I've had a lot of death-threatening things happen. In 1981, I was at Las Vegas Hilton. And I got trapped in an elevator with 3 other folks that didn't make it. I still continue to get surgeries from it. I've had over 400 now, but God has blessed me with the years of life and taught me you don't give up. He never gave up on me. So, and the Marines taught me that too. You just don't give up. I decided that it'd be very rewarding for me to give back a little to the firemen that saved my life and at the same time make an income. So I got into the fire equipment business, and I've been very blessed with that. I've been very rewarded with the, because the firemen understand I've been fried in the fire and I don't want them fried. So I feel that God's greatest gifts are eternal life, of course, and new life. And God has blessed me with 3 daughters who were grown by the time I got in the fire, and I have 7 grandchildren and 13 great-grandchildren. Again, God's never given up on me. I've been blessed with extra life, and I'm firmly convinced that so I can share with people that what we have, all the magic and the wonders and the enchantment that is America, if they would just look at it and realize, oh, it isn't free. I'm very proud to be American. I'm very proud to be the Corps. I conceive no higher honor or no greater honor than to serve God, country, and the Corps. And I've been blessed to do all 3 of them, and to represent those that aren't here.
Each new victory on the drive across the Pacific was marked by still another burial service and the dedication of another square of hallowed ground, thousands of miles from home. The men who survived felt a very real sense of loss, for a strong feeling of kinship springs up between men in battle for a common cause. The dead would not be forgotten by the men who had fought with them side by side.
Yeah, I'm a Marine, and I will be to the day I die. The last thing of the Marine Corps here is that, if the Army and the Navy ever look on heaven's scene, they'll find the streets are guarded by United States Marines.